send this email to the management, to the attorneys, or to the active board.
Very important information. So what you preach is transparency. It's not.
So being a board member, you don't take your duties seriously enough that you could just say, I'm quitting today and I've changed my mind tomorrow? Is that how flippant you are, that you don't really care about responsibility on the board?
I quit. And
you sent it to like 3, 4 different emails.
Let me get it good.
Okay. So it's a joke to you. It's a joke to you to say that you're quitting.
Can you shut up so I can say?
Go ahead.
Let's respect each other.
I respect it, but you will not. She asked me a question, and yet.
I was asking you a question. Go ahead, respond.
The reason I sent this email to Lynn Garcia and others, mostly task force board members, is I was trying to get them to admit that they're task force members. I have in my files stuck about 100 papers produced over the last 10 years by the task force claiming that people such as Bill Grossman, David and Anna have stolen millions of dollars from the building. So they always sign those flyers as the task force. So I was trying to put name. So after 2 stupid emails to Lynn Garcia, as I expected on the 3rd email, he replied, say, Alex, let's unite. Lynn Garcia and the task force with all these email addresses such as yours and joining them. That's what my thing was, and
that makes no sense why you would have to.
Immediately. Thank you very much. I've been trying to put the names to the task force for years. That's what it was.
That makes no sense why you had to resign.
Legally talking, even if I've resigned, the fact that I attended 2 board meetings by Kim there and others, they should have said, listen, you're not board member, we're not going to allow the board meeting to start until you leave.
Let's go ask David these.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Do you have any other questions? Why you leave me? I'm just enjoying the spotlight.
Perhaps it did happen because the meeting minutes were never approved because there's disagreement.
Okay, well, we'll be back into our shortly.
David, you're not a board member. You had no authority to hire Ann Shell. You are not a licensed contractor or electrician or insured. You had no authority to do the work you did in 571 or without any board notification or approval. You're not on the board.
Well, where's the money, David?
And where's the money?
Just confirmed, Alex just admitted on tape. Now, he said that only you and Ann Shell have access to this money. And you didn't have a bank account.
Should we talk about this like this without everybody like this?
What was it?
We want to know. We all want to know.
You were invited to the board meeting. You were invited to the board meeting, sure.
I was invited to the board
Where's
meeting.
the transparency in the money that was collected by Ann Shell that you have access to?
Sit there and you guys do what you want. You're illegal board.
You know, you forget who put you on the board.
Yeah, you put me on the board. Why do you have that power to put me on the board?
He said the same thing to me too.
You were a good man and you were my friend. That's why I put you there.
Why do you have that power?
Let's keep the person.
Because I'm a neighbor. I'm neighbors to everybody.
Let's keep the person.
Everyone's your neighbor, and you don't have a lot.
It's your neighbor. Why are you doing unauthorized, unsafe work in 571? It's against the New York City DOB, okay?
Only you and Ann Shell know where the money is. That is not transparency. Don't, because it was just submitted by Alex. So don't do this. I'm just saying this. Why is it that only you and Ann Shell know where the money is? That your board members, there's no transparency. No, because Alex said that he doesn't know where the money is.
We need to know where the money is. Ann Shell is not paying, it's not the property manager, and they're not paying any of the condo's utilities. You're doing dangerous work in 571, electrical work, where kids could go. This is public space. Where's the money?
It was just decided that, I guess, Veritas is the property manager. We had voted them in. We had voted Ann Shell in. I had thought that we were investing in the building by getting a different property manager. So as far as all...
That's rated a F in the Better Business Bureau?
And having Dave and Andrew...
That's core business is realty listings? That now David had no authority to sign an agreement with the sponsor to forgive his penalties for?
Look, an agreement to the sponsor penalty. Why give Grossman a break like that?
Per the court order, none of those online voting approvals decisions are valid.
A.N.
Doesn't
Shell
have any brakes.
has a...
David, you are not a board member. You are not properly...
So that's what you did? You
6
forgave?
minus 4 is equal...
You forgave his monthly
Not forgiven for anything.
How did this happen?
So what does it... So you're saying that this was notarized?
Because he threatened to sue the building.
I talked to Grossman 2 days
How come
ago.
you're the only one who knows about these deals?
That's fine. It's fine. Whatever he told, freedom of speech.
Why are you the only one who knows about these deals with you and Grossman and the sponsor?
I have no idea what
How did you know?
I have no idea what you're
Signed
talking
Dave Sergani.
What's your
It's a draft. It's not notarized. It's not valid, and there's no other board members on it. You need everybody on
So you
it.
tell me this contract's invalid?
It's not even a contract. It's a draft.
What gave you the authority?
Right now,
Sure you
I tell
can.
him, listen,
Sure you can. Sure you can. Sure you can.
We'll call Grossman.
I don't-
Okay, so where's the transparency for the money that was collected by A.N. Shell already, who's not our property manager?
According to whatever that settlement, or whatever that...
According to the court decision, Veritas is the property manager.
You're right. However, the thing that was dated May 7th or whatever it was, said that the two property managers were supposed to temporarily co-manage the two buildings. And at that point...
A.N. Shell went on vacation and never responded to our request for information.
And he said he was returning from his vacation the day of the court.
And this is the treasurer. He has access to Veritas financial statements, and it's transparent, but not A.N. Shell, who was improperly hired.
And I've called
Where is the money that should be paying the water bill right now?
They won't give me any information about what's with it. Why is that? I'm the treasurer. I can say whatever I want to the man.
None of this is valid.
And then
David is not a board member. You're not properly voted in. Alex resigned already. If you really care about the building, you would let us know about these hidden deals that you're making with everyone.
I mean, I need to be a little closer because this is very important for you guys to
There would be more access. And another thing would be management property.
And another thing about transparency. Esta no es dueña de apartamento. Tú no eres dueña de apartamento aquí. Yo tengo la dueña. No, tú no eres dueña de esta vaina. Tú no te debes de meter en
What exactly do you think I'm doing? You think I'm doing electrical work? I didn't do any electrical work.
People saw you doing electrical work.
I'd like to see that because we hired CNS Electric to do
Yeah,
all the
after we told them that this is dangerous.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
We have affidavits. We could get affidavits, David.
Good.
You're not licensed. The paint work.
If the
Right now, you
cameras
need to have
work,
lead
if the cameras
abatement
work, if the cameras
certification.
work, I guess I can't talk.
If the cameras work, Well,
I can't.
here's the camera right now. It's
I
working.
can't talk. I can't talk.
because no one knows what's going on.
I can't talk.
Except you.
I can't talk.
Who gave you the authority to hire A.N. Shell?
My money. No, my money de la boda. Eso son $40,000. Y si no encuentras, mira, David, te van a comértelo, coño.
Here's your question. If she understood me, huh?
Yo sí.
She's a valid owner.
Sí, señor.
I mean, there's a lot of owners here who are angry. How do you explain?
I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk.
A woman who's lived here for 22 years, she goes, I know that, David. You have a bad reputation. Why don't you just
I wonder how I
stop?
got that bad
Why don't you
reputation.
just stop?
What did I do? Exactly what did I do? Exactly what did I do?
You hired A.N. Shell without authority.
What did I do before that? It was always something. The year before that, I did something else. The year
You
before
brought
that,
a frivolous lawsuit.
No, I didn't. No, I
that
put
you
democracy
didn't have.
in because for 10 years we had no election.
This is democracy?
This is not democracy. This is
At its best.
no. You're a
This is
dictatorship.
democracy.
David, you knowing the only deals, you making your own sole decisions, you do performing self-directed repairs and only having access to the bank account yourself and the property manager that you improperly hired is not democracy.
You have access to the bank account and no one else? And the treasurer is not even allowed to have it?
Because exactly what did I do wrong?
You hired Shell illegally.
No, forget about Shell. You're talking about me. No, you're talking about me. What about what did I do?
You're pretending to be on the board right now. I hope children could learn from this.
Dave, since you and your board took over in December, right, and Naz was threatened.
Wait, I wasn't out.
Allison, I would have expected more from you. You take care of children.
I understand.
Even there, when they voted me on the board.
I realize that. I realize that.
You know what's going on, okay?
So, what about, did I ask for this? Did I even run
Yes,
for the board?
I read me on the board, just like you said. You put Inez on the board.
But did I run for the board? Did I run for the board?
You did it.
But did you want to be on the board?
No, I just wanted to fix the building up. That's all I ever wanted to do. I am so tired of paying $500 a month to live in a gutter. I could have hired anybody. You guys wouldn't have liked them because we hired them.
No, not because Alex self-admittedly is his good buddy, 8-9 years.
The bank account?
Sharif, had you stayed to point what you said you were going to do, when we shook hands in the beginning, this was the way it was. They were going to hire the management. But what he did, and you know you did this, is he was texting no from the meeting. Wait a minute. My head. Yeah. He was texting
We
no.
want the money back to pay the water bill, David.
He was texting no. No, I'm good.
Alex is already committed. Alex is already committed to saying if we get more than 25% of property support, that he will never have anything to do with the board. Can we have the word from you as well?
You know, I don't even know what's going on.
If you don't want, if you decide you don't want,
I'm in a corner in an alley with 20 people. Should I say no? Should I say
You tried to legitimize a rogue board for your own personal agendas.
That's for my building.
Dave, but you said you never wanted to be a board member. What made you don't want to be a board member?
So what did you put me on the board for?
No further actions until full transparency is had by all the money, because we're in debt right now. Until we schedule a special meeting to elect a legitimate board.
Because when it's finished, we do the floor. We do it, okay? If we had a super that worked, that was here when we need him, that cleaned the building, that would be different, right? Now you're going to tell me...
So many stupid up in there.
So, you know, let me tell you something. The building looks much better than it did before.
It's not yours to say.
You don't even live here.